everybody had a nice holiday break.
Still number one on the banjo and theremin charts.
That's it, and one of us still having this holiday break. So with Brent on assignment, we go to the bullpen and bring in our ace right-hander. That's right, it's Mike Irizarry from the What's on Joe Mind podcast. And when Mike comes on, it means three things: it's going to be a good show, going to be a Yankee game, most often,
usually,
and there will be a Willie Randolph sighting. So.
That's right. That's those are not my riders. I don't demand Yankee games, but if we do a Yankee game, Willie Randolph will be activated.
Yeah, and I'm, I like to I'm trying to be a good host, on the air, but I know I'm a good host as in welcome to my home. So, of course, I'm going to have some Willie Randolph fresh brewed waiting for you as we dive into our game of the week. It is the East leading Yankees hosting the Orioles, who are, I think, leading the wild card. They're real good this year. So it should be a good game. And it was the best because I got to put up the graphic. Whenever I put up the ads, essentially, for the game of the week, I try to find a picture of both teams competing that doesn't show favoritism either way. So it's almost always a play at the plate or a play at second base, where one guy's diving in and you're not sure if he's getting tagged. And that way I don't offend either fan base. But, man, the shot I got this week was – actually, hang on. I have it handy. Pop it up here. There it is. It was the first thing that popped up, and it was also the right choice. Let me blow this bad boy up a little bit and share the screen here. Present. Share screen. Look at this bad boy. Yeah, now we're talking Yankees Orioles. Not picturing Armando Benitez.
I believe Willie Randolph is in that shot, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Pretty much right in the center.
Front and center. I think that's Eric Davis that we're looking right at, too. Pretty good. And Graham Lloyd going nuts with a haymaker right hand.
That's right.
Looked like he tried to claw Eddie Murray's face, perhaps, which is not a good move.
No, that's when the two teams come out of the dugout, everybody kind of squares up, and you get stuck with Eddie Murray. You probably lost. You're not doing too well.
Yeah, because Eddie Murray can punch left or right.
Yeah.
But I like it's the Crash Davis thing. Don't hit anybody with your pitching hand. So
right.
Graham Lloyd's got that left hand down low, but that right claw, so good. So yeah, this was the famous Benitez hitting Tino Martinez in the back, and this brawl starts 98, starts and stops, spills near the dugout. And then Darryl Strawberry comes in, fired out of a cannon, and gets a good shot on Benitez. It spills into the dugout. And
I believe he got the tornado DDT on our map.
That's it, right? Most baseball brawls hardly, live up to the billing. But this one felt like it was trying to make up for several previous nothing happenings.
Yeah, the 98 Orioles and the 98 Yankees did not get along.
Mm-mm. Not a lot of Christmas cards going out that year.
No.
So that's what we got tonight. It's Carl Wildman, who's having a good year against Jack Jesbro for the Yankees. Should be a good game. We'll be coming up with that. But first, we'll get into the week in eternal baseball and in real baseball. The weekend turned heavy real quick with, and we noted this on our homepage, with Padres legends Nate Colbert passing away on Friday. He's also on the all-time Padres team, shares time at first base with Adrian Gonzalez. So we see him in eternal baseball and acknowledge his passing on the website. And then Bill Campbell, whose nickname was Soup, which makes sense. I didn't know much about him. He's a reliever on the Twins, who's sometimes active, sometimes not, but on their 40-man roster. And interesting story. I didn't know anything about him, really. But he went to Vietnam first before coming back and then starting his big league career, and was the Twins closer. And he ended up playing all sorts of places: Detroit, Montreal, and St. Louis. And
yeah, he bounced around a bit.
But I honestly, I did not know hardly anything about him. But he was, I think, 7th in Cy Young voting and 8th in MVP voting, and I think it was 76 when he was 17-3 out of the pen Not a single start, like most vulturous player, I guess. So,
Well,
Bill,
I mean, who was he pitching for that year?
Minnesota.
Yeah, so I mean that was probably not a great Minnesota team.
Yeah.
So he was likely coming out coming out trailing, and then he'd tamp it down while the Twins scored some runs and pick up some hard earned 4 and 5 inning wins.
Before you know it, he's the ace of the staff sitting in the bullpen.
Right.
And then tonight, Liam Hendricks of the White Sox announced that he's been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and will be undergoing treatment right away. So it was, triple whammy this weekend. So we're hoping to raise the spirits a little bit tonight here on Eternal Baseball. So as you can see down here in the very bottom column, I keep track of the game of the week so we don't end up playing all Yankee games. Want to get around the league a little bit, and we've been off for 2 weeks, so that's what the X notates. So we're really looking at the last 3 weeks, if you want to look at them, horizontally and see who's been getting it done. But this week especially, Diamondbacks are just having a rotten season. So 0-6 for Arizona, perfect this week. Houston is one of the teams that's fallen off the most, and I need to track down why. I think it's the pitching. I think J.R. Richard has been incredible for them for 2 seasons, and this year he's come down to earth a little bit, pun intended, I guess. The Mets are bad again. The Mets have never been as good as I think they should be. So they actually made some sweeping changes this week. So, cross your fingers here for one of the most terrifying phrases ever uttered. Lenny Dykstra to the rescue.
Well, so long as they're not counting on Carlos Correa.
No, the Piazza and Alonso are awful for the Mets this year. So it's been a whole lot of Todd Hundley and Lee Mazzilli getting some quality at bats over there in Shea Stadium. The Pirates are really good this week. Who else? Tampa and Texas are having rough years too. The Royals now are finally off the deck, and it's good because Birmingham, the Knights have always been really good, and this year they're not. 19-28 for that Birmingham squad. They're not hitting, and so, but you got to believe they're going to wake up at least on some level, or they're going to call.
That's going to turn around.
Yeah, or they're going to call up some talent, which is probably incredible. Everybody's minor leagues is incredible in Eternal Baseball. So Birmingham's going to get better. So now is the time for Kansas City, and they seem to get the wake-up call this week. 5-1. Reds are 5-1, and the Cubs are the best team in baseball. They haven't lost more than 2 games in a week all season. They're pitching great, they're hitting great, they're really deep. So it looks like the Cubs, who had an off year last year, are here to stay. And we'll take a look at.
All that means is at the end of the season, the central processing unit in your computer will melt down.
Okay, if the Cubs win anything?
Right, forming a super condensed black hole.
It's probably true. Oh, and we mentioned it, if you're signed up for our free newsletter that goes out on Fridays, you can sign up for that at eternalbaseball.com. We had our first season-ending injury of the year, and those are kind of rare, but it was Johan Santana off a comebacker to the mound from Kyle Seager of the Mariners. Walked off holding his pitching elbow, and it is a season ender. So Minnesota's been off to kind of a rough start here, and that's not going to help. So, we still got the ball going on. That's all
right.
Yeah.
Never a bad thing.
Here we go. So you can see the leaderboards over there, which is I'm looking at both leagues right now. But if you're looking at the leagues themselves, the Giants are already pulling away out west. They've done that the first 2 years. It's still weird to me that LA isn't more competitive in that West division, but they haven't been. And the culprit has been San Francisco just cleans their clocks head to head.
Right.
So other than that, they're not bad, but I don't know. They just can't beat the Giants. Sorry to say it, Dodger fans. You see the Cubs are rolling in a really, really good division, but they're still up 8 games. Atlanta has been kind of disappointing, and the Marlins are better than you might think down south. Out east, Montreal's pretty good. Philadelphia is usually good. I still got to give it up to the Nationals at sniffing 500 because nobody's got it harder than them. They're only pulling players from 2005 and up. So as much as they still having Scherzer and Rendon and Bryce Harper, they also have a lot of Nick Johnson and Brian Schneider and Austin Kearns and
guys who don't really belong in eternal baseball.
Yeah, so their roster is pretty much made up of guys you wouldn't want there and guys you wish they still had. But
Nick Johnson, his best 3 years are compiled by the 3 years he played more than 60 games.
Pretty much, right? Like don't throw anything at him. You don't want him to shatter. But he is a guy who was pretty happy to see the DH come to the National League. So Nick the Stick.
Yeah, nice hitter.
Yeah, that's about it.
Made out of glass.
Yeah. You want to talk about his fielding? What a hitter. Oakland is better this year. They had a tough year last year. They're up 4 on the Angels.
It's because of Campaneris,
Yeah, Campy, let me tell you. Ricky Henderson's waking up finally, which is good. He was terrible last year. He was my favorite player. White Sox are pretty good. White Sox, Guardians, and Tigers all tied atop the AL North. So that'll be fun to sort out. We do have wild cards this year, so it doesn't mean 2 of those teams are going to get left out. There's Kansas City in first place in the South at 19-28. They're 404. I'm pretty sure George Brent hit 404. We're damn close.
For a couple of months at least.
Yeah, big time. So, and then out east, the Yankees are decently up. Baltimore is a puncher's chance. They're 6 games back, and Boston has been heating up. They're 8 games back, but again, we got that wild card. So it's going to be a good year. Now, here's the interesting bit. The program we use, Action PC Baseball from DKSports.com, great program, but it has some struggles with us flipping the calendar, with our season starting in one year and then moving over to the other. So as you'll see when we get to the scoreboard here, it thinks it's January 2022, which fine with me, but it throws the days off a little bit. So, but we are looking at, we just played the 8th, which was not Saturday. It was actually Sunday's schedule was already up. We're playing the first game from the 9th, which is actually Monday. And this screen, people only see when we go live. If you're actually looking at this, what we post, I managed to fix it. And I was looking at it like, oh my God, I'm going to have to transpose the dates for every day. And then I'm like, no, I'll just change the days of the week. So I just changed the headers and we're golden. So props to me for problem solving, because that was going to break me. That might have been the end of it. Like I just can't. And so luckily for us,
the audience of dozens and dozens would have been very upset.
Right. I don't want anybody that mad. And free plug, because it's not for me. I just got this shirt and I want to show it off here. It is "Baseball is the best." And if you read it vertically down, it says "NALS" in the top. And that's the, I would say catchphrase, but the mantra of Sarah Langs of the MLB Network, who is fighting ALS right now. And so this shirt is up at rotoware.com with all proceeds benefiting Project ALS. So, it's one of baseball's pet causes for Lou Gehrig, of course, but Sarah Langs is involved with it now too. So if you want a hip shirt that looks good and raises funds for something great, head on over to rotoware.com. And terrible segue, now we'll head on over to the Bronx.
Ooh.
Check out the Yankees and the Orioles. The stadium's looking good tonight. I especially like that the image I captured has Brett Gardner on the Jumbotron.
There you go.
Gardy will never go away. Always be there looking over you. Just disapprovingly looking at Aaron Hicks in the outfield. But not tonight.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, not going to be tonight. So, all right. And props where props are due. Mike is the longtime guardian and main host for the What's on Joe Mind podcast that airs every Friday nights. And following the show, because the post show is sometimes the best show, he mentioned David Robertson really should be on that Yankee staff. And so we ran the numbers by me, and I crunched them, which means I clicked 3 times at baseballreference.com, and he's 100% right. So David Robertson joined the Yankee staff this week, not just the 40, but he's active, and thought he might be displacing Aroldis Chapman, which would make all Yankee fans happy. But this season specifically, Dave Rigetti was struggling. So Chapman survives. Robertson drops in. Rigetti goes to the minors, and Eddie Lopat got his release, even though his ERA was notably better than it was either Lopat, Sabathia, or Tanaka going to get the boot. And Lopat's ERA was a little lower, but all his peripherals, his hits per 9, his strikeouts per 9 were nowhere close. So Eddie Lopat, apologize, but we wish you well in your future endeavors. Here we are. Yankees, Carl Wildman, lefty on the mound. So I'm going to pop up this. These are replay stats over here, means what they're doing in Eternal Baseball this year. And I'm going to rank them by their OPS versus left-handed pitching. And kind of funky to see lefties on top of it, but there they are in order, Mike. And it's your welcome to Golden Corral, and you may fill your plate with whatever pinstripes you might like.
Just getting ham. That's all.
That's all.
Just ham.
That seems about right. That seems about right for us.
Right.
A big plate of ham.
Big plate of ham. But when those lefties are Don Mattingly and Yogi Berra, kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody, okay, I get that.
And Lou Gehrig has not been Lou Gehrig this year, especially against lefties. So Mattingly gets a decent amount of time against left-handed pitching.
Yep. Okay, so I mean, DiMaggio has always been lucky for us leading off. So let's go ahead and get him hitting first. I don't know why that works, but it does. Don Mattingly hitting second is not a bad thing.
Especially with the Thunder coming behind him.
Right. And then, the big fella, fresh off his 62 home run season in real life, Aaron Judge hitting third against left-handed pitching might be where we want to go.
Yeah. Maybe where we'll see him coming up, right? I don't know if he's going to hit 1 or 2 for New York again, but we'll see.
Just again, I understand why he was hitting leadoff last year, but it doesn't mean I liked it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and get Mickey in there fourth. And middle of our lineup could strike out a ton today.
It's possible.
It's could get rough. Then Ruth is hurt, isn't he?
No, Ruth is available, but he's been rotten against lefties. So he's way down here, but he is still Babe Ruth. So
exactly, he is still Babe Ruth. I have to think that we need to maybe get him in the 5th spot.
Okay.
Somewhere where even if he runs into one, he's Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Then Yogi will hit 6th. And then we got, what do I need? I need a third baseman. I need a second baseman. I need a shortstop.
Second, short, third.
Let's go ahead. Let's take A-Rod, get him at third base. Get Jeter in there at short. And the man, the myth, the legend, Willie Randolph hitting 9th, playing second base.
When he's rolling, and he has quite a bit, when he given the opportunity, Willie at 9 is great. Because it absolutely is second leadoff, as much as he walks and his ability to
steal. His OPS is really good for a guy with no power.
Yeah. So I'm totally down with all of that. One of the sacrilegious things that you could do here that the Yankees never actually did, you can play A-Rod at shortstop if you want. He's rated better than Jeter.
Sure.
But that would put Lazari.
I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Yeah, that's fair. And the pitcher is Hap Jack. And just like that, we're ready for baseball.
There we are.
Oh, let's I suppose we should check the opponent's lineup. And I just went through the Orioles lineup to to figure out how they're doing, what they're doing right now, to tune them up as best I could. So their best lineup against right-handers. Oh, it's all messed up. I don't know why that's funky like that.
Yeah, they're missing a couple spots. That's weird.
We'll let the computer do it. So George Sisler, Brian Roberts, Boone Powell, Brady Anderson, Cal Ripken, Eddie Murray, Singleton, Rutschman, who's normally their backup catcher, and Melvin Mora.
He's played one season. How is he in this game?
Because rookies can make it right away. You only need 1 year if you're a rookie. If you're good enough to make the squad, that's to help the teams, the expansion teams that have no talent. I'm just saying. There aren't too many Cubs, Reds, Red Sox, Yankees who make the eternal baseball squad as a rookie. But for the teams like Washington, like if they have a stud rookie pitcher this next real MLB season, we'll get him in because they need help.
They need something. They
need help. And the only team shut out, Birmingham ain't getting new players. Montreal ain't getting new players. So they're islands of relevancy, I guess. As we kick it off in the Bronx.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium for tonight's game between Baltimore and New York. It promises to be a battle between two solid teams. New York has won 8 of their last 10. Carl Wilman takes the mound for Baltimore. He's made 9 starts on the year and is 6-2 with an earned run average of 2.48. His second start against New York, he's 1-0 with a 2.00 earned run average against New York. He'll be opposed by Jack Kessbro for New York. He's made 8 starts on the year and is 4-1 with an earned run average of 2.82. His first start against Baltimore. It's 46 degrees, wind speed 6 miles per hour, in from right center field. Pitching for New York, number 19, Jack Kessbro.
A crisp
for Baltimore, designated hitter, George Sisler.
He's a bum.
I'm willing to bet a 6 mile an hour wind in from right field isn't going to do a whole lot.
Nah.
It's not making that porch any longer.
Nah.
So, Sisler's a bunter, so we'll keep our eye on that.
I think the answer to that is get him.
Brian Roberts.
I'm gonna get somebody ready. Brian Roberts is a bunter too, but
left fielder.
Willie the ball.
Powell.
Apparently, Willie's happy to see you.
Immediately making a difference, and you don't want to play him though, and I get that. I don't.
Oh man, yeah, especially because Joe Gordon has been struggling of late. So second base is up for grabs because Irizarry can play third, and A-Rod again has been a fizzler again in eternal baseball. So Boone Powell steps in, dripping barbecue sauce.
Always.
Pitching for Baltimore, Carl Wilman. Leading off for New York, left fielder, number 5, Joe DiMaggio.
That's straight in the air. DiMaggio is incredible, though. Probably the best player in the American League so far this season.
First baseman, number 23, Don Mattingly.
Bunt him. No.
Right.
Sorry. For a minute there, Roto was in the room.
And just like that, Hitman.
Right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
And we're moving along.
All right. Got a little something cooking.
Center fielder, number 7, Mickey Mantle.
Mantle has been poor most of the year, but he does tick up against lefties. So I don't know if I got down.
Designated hitter, number 3, Babe Ruth.
All right, Babe. You got to reward Mike's trust in you.
It's Babe Ruth, man.
Oh, that's a good call right there.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Hello, Miss Lady. I like it. Good to see you, Rob. I don't think so. Singleton's not moving.
Right into that wind.
Yep.
Center fielder, Brady Anderson.
Yeah, that 50 homer spike
Shortstop,
is helping
number
Brady Anderson be a
Cal
little more
Ripken
relevant
Jr.
than maybe he should be.
Well, that's what happens when you got a 3-season sample.
So I got baby Cal here, right? It was who was it? Oh, I thought George Brent was going to be player of the day yesterday. He was very close, and the picture of him is like from '79, and he's got all this curly hair sticking out under his hat. And sometimes I can't figure out if it's better to go with, in their prime baby or how they looked older. Like, to me, Brett is got it high and tight, right? Like, and Cal's nearly bald when I think of him, but
Yeah. But Cal Ripken never really grew crazy hair either, so
that's true. His dad wouldn't let him. He was the good son, not the wild child.
He wasn't the one that writing curse words on his bat.
Yeah. He should have wrote curse words on Cal's bat.
That would be awesome.
Just like that.
First baseman, Eddie
Willie Randolph turned 2.
Do you think, as Willie Randolph fan number 1, that he could have survived in today's game where you had to actually touch second base on the turf?
Yes, I do, because the way he turned them, he would generally hit the bag and go straight up in the air.
I say his phantom tag was pretty good too, though.
It was, but everybody had the phantom tag.
That's true.
But when Willie had his druthers and was turning 2 his way, hit the bag straight up.
I don't know if anybody's seen Willie Randolph lately, but he looks like he should be just retiring now.
Right. He looks like he's about 45 years old.
Yeah. And I bet he could still pick it.
And
probably can't hit, but
you know what? He's there at Old Timers game, still swinging the bat, so it can't be that bad. Dude's pushing 70.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's pushing 50, maybe.
Oh, no.
Here's Eddie Murray. And young Eddie Murray's the best Eddie Murray, because look at the sideburns.
Yeah.
That's not wrong guy. There we go. All right.
You can the anger sees off of him.
Catcher, number 8,
so
Yogi Berra.
You just didn't like his picture taken.
Guess not. Or people to talk to him or look at him.
Eddie Murray he just wanted to go play ball. Supposedly he was very nice to his teammates.
I told you the Traver story, right?
Yes.
Oh, he burned his jersey rather than give it to the fans. Not Traver, not Jim Traver, former first baseman. Yeah. He relayed that story to once. Fantastic. Okay, Yogi Berra.
Come on, Yog.
Yeah. That does have the distance.
No warning track power.
Third baseman, number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
Hey, A-Rod.
Dead ball.
Can't blame him.
No.
I might have done that too.
Shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter. Second baseman, number 30, Willie Randolph.
I figure this is just straight hit, right?
2 outs, man. You gotta swing the bat.
Oh,
right fielder,
I knew it.
Number 29,
Ow.
Ken Singleton.
It's a tough guy to strike out.
Ken Singleton's having a rough year. 194. Yeah,
Catcher, number 35, Adley Rushman.
Maybe the Rook's not ready, Mike, at 136 with 1 homer and 7.
How many games has he played, though? How many at bats? Yeah.
Not many. He tends to start against lefties, and Chris Hoyles gets the starts the other way. But
Chris Hoyles.
Yeah, Chris Hoyles. Had some big power years.
I guess.
And meanwhile, Matt Wieters is in the minor leagues going stinking rookie.
That's what I would have thought. Matt Wieters was the guy, but okay.
Well, he might be. Maybe he should be, given Adley's performance so far. That's the wrong guy to hit to. It's Willie Randolph day.
Third baseman, Melvin Mora.
We were just talking about Mora the other day.
Underrated.
Yeah, really good player. Plays everywhere.
Yeah. They put him at third base because there wasn't anywhere else to put him.
Yeah, and he was good there too.
Yeah, he was pretty good there, yes.
All right, Joe D. That'll work.
A little poke there. There we go.
King of the doubles, Brian Roberts. And Hitman comes in. That Rushman's in way over his head.
Overmatched. He's panicking with Mattingly on in the batter's box.
Meanwhile, in the Yankee minor league system, they've got Thurman Munson and Jorge Posada and Elston Howard.
Right.
Going, this guy's playing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Ooh, that's got a chance. Nope. Sounded good. Send DiMaggio to third. Safe chance 93%.
Oh, yeah.
Off he goes.
Yeah, Brady Anderson's arm in center field is not one to be feared.
There we go. Close enough. Okay. So 2 outs, DiMaggio at third. Mickey Mantle steps in. Ooh, tough year for them. Here's Sisler leading off, which I'm not going to fall for. It looks like he bunted it anyway.
A dribbler.
Sit down, George.
They're trying to work Willie at second base. That's a bad idea.
And we have gotten some flack from Oriole fans online who aren't that hip about St. Louis Browns playing for the Baltimore Orioles. But the franchise became the Orioles.
That's how it goes.
They had some really good players who deserved their at-bats, more so than Adley Rutschman, apparently.
You know, John Ford there has a quality question. Where is Brooks Robinson?
Oh, he is around. It's interesting for the O's if you're looking at their peak OPS. Third base actually gets more competitive. It's usually even more competitive. Cause let me get to the Oriole roster here. If you look at who they've got for third base, it's actually a lot of guys who could play or can play. So it's nice to see Brooks with the 10 rating defensively because he's the standard. But if you actually go, I'm going to go from what he's done in Eternal Baseball to what his actual 3-year peak is. And for Brooks, it's quite good. 295, 23 homers, 99 RBI for a 10 defender at third. That's pretty damn good. But Harlan Cliff is a pretty good contender and has done really well in previous years. He's not done well this year. They also still have Manny Machado, who will give you 35 homers to Brooks's 23. Again, with weaker defense, but everyone does. So Brooks actually, it's almost sacrilegious to say it, but sometimes he goes up and down. He actually isn't even active for tonight's game because there's just a lot of talent at third base. But I got to believe he's got it. He should be on the roster. So
yeah, this game does tend to skew offensive.
Yeah. I'll make sure Brooks is rolling this week.
I think that's fair. I think for a guy generally regarded as the best fielder at his position in 150 years of baseball, I think that's a solid choice. Yeah. In previous years, we've had him up, and he's been outplayed by I already forgot his name. The Browns guy, Harlan Cliff, has hit like 350 in the first 2 seasons. So he's actually earned that spot ahead of Brooks, which again sounds terrible to say. But this season, Cliff hasn't been good. So maybe it is year of Brooks. I'll get that swap. And we love that stuff. Just this week, David Robertson got added because Mike saw a hole and he was right. So if you see something that doesn't make sense, let us know. We want every team to be as competitive as possible. So maybe a little injection of Brooks Robinson will help the O's out. Here's Brian Roberts. That warning track power.
Doing nothing. Boom pow. Let's see the flip throw.
I don't think he's beating that out.
Got him. I think anybody else might have been safe, but but Boo, not known for his wheels.
The Bambino.
Come on, babe.
Strike 3.
Oh, babe.
Yogi. Ooh, that's gone. The wind didn't affect that shot.
Can't keep Yogi in the park. It's the lefties doing all the damage tonight.
Telling you, man.
You can take John's question now,
Oh, yeah.
I think that's helping. You're welcome, John.
A-Rod stepping in. That's
foul,
I think. Nope. It looked foul.
Yeah.
A double. Hey, we got A-Rod doing something actually on tape, so we can prove it happened.
True. Out Jeter. Yeah. Could do worse.
Oh, he beats it out.
Ooh. What's the percentage here?
33 for Jeter, 39 for A-Rod. A-Rod's dying to steal home, but
You know what I think it's time to do?
Squeeze?
I think it's time for the old squeeze bunt.
Do you like the
The old
safety
safety squeeze.
or the suicide squeeze? Because you can pick.
Yeah. Let's just go with the straight up suicide squeeze. Let's just Willie's a good bunter. Let's just play. We don't get this opportunity very often.
Doesn't happen a lot. And even though A-Rod didn't steal that many bases, he was a pretty good base runner. He's not slow. So
At his day, he could fly.
here we go.
You watch this on the replay, Roto.
Here it comes.
Take this.
I'm not sure what happened. A-Rod didn't come home and Jeter got thrown out at second.
Stinking A-Rod.
Man. So 0-2 to Willie.
Swing away.
Anderson seems to have a beat on it. That wasn't how we drew it up.
No.
Just gonna put that out there.
No, it was not.
As Brady Anderson steps in.
Strike 3.
There we go. That's how Brady Anderson should be dealt with.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Eddie Murray.
Poot.
I think was it strike him out, throw him out? Or?
A-Rod trying to make up for it there.
Yeah, it looks like A-Rod came in and that looks weird. Anyway, Joe D steps in. 1-0 Yankees as we go to the bottom of the fifth.
I think we had a little graphics tick up in there.
Yeah, it looked like it. Oh, Cal with a great play. Leaping.
Right
Hard
out.
to hit one over Ripken.
Right.
At 6'5". Good Lord.
No, he wasn't quite that tall, but
Wasn't he 6'5"?
he was 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, I thought it was a monster.
He was huge for the shortstop of his day.
That's true. That's true. And that's why, even though I was a huge Gehrig honk, I didn't really have any problem with Ripken breaking that, figuring how much more he had to deal with as a big, lanky guy at shortstop. Getting spikes all those years at second base. I went, all right.
Yeah, I mean, Gehrig was a bigger guy, but he played an easier position in that regard.
Yeah.
He didn't get beat up too much at first base.
Here's Aaron Judge.
Ball 4.
There we go.
There we go.
Good eye. He is
There we
laying off that low pitch more.
Let's
Mickey
go,
Smith.
Mickey.
Judge is only 32% to steal. So
Just
I
2
think-
outs. We gotta let Mickey swing.
well,
We have a lineup of classic Yankees. We have to let them try and do some damage sometimes.
it was still the right call.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Absolutely.
Kenny Singleton steps in.
Steps down from the Yankees booth to play some right field.
Yeah, right? I loved him in the booth.
Yeah, he was good.
He was slick. Adley Rutschman steps in for reasons unknown. Oh, and
Oh, he dribbles one through.
motivated.
Set me down, will you?
Matt Wieners is like, you got lucky. You hit the mound.
You're a punk.
That's a pretty slick double play there. by
Jack getting all the way over there.
Happy Jack.
Covering some ground.
Now Babe Ruth steps in and dribbles one to Brian Roberts.
Not showing up too hot for the hometown team there.
Been kind of that year. The astonishing thing is with Mantle not being very good, Jeter and A-Rod not doing a whole lot, Ruth not doing much. Yanks are still second best in the overall standings. The best team in the American League. So pitching's been quite good. But they're still
Riding the hot hand of the man at the plate right now.
That's it. Here's Yogi Berra. Hitting it to the wrong guy.
A guy who we benched pretty much regularly before this for Bill Dickey.
Yeah, Dickey plays a whole lot. Here's A-Rod. 1 for 1.
Ball 4.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
your base.
All right, 2 outs for Jeter.
Let's hope he doesn't blow the sign here like he did on that squeeze, apparently.
Look, he did what he was supposed to do. He wasn't the goof on third base.
I guess that's true.
He just got thrown out.
Derek Jeter steps in, 2 down.
Ball 4.
Now we're talking.
Now we're in business again for Willie Randolph.
This is just hit away, isn't it?
This is just hit away.
Let's see it. Oh, they're going to talk about it.
Ball 4.
Like you said, Willie will take his walks.
He's got Joe DiMaggio hidden behind him. You got to throw him a strike.
He just walked the bases loaded, I think, to pitch to DiMaggio.
That he did.
Okay, I mean,
I don't think he did it on purpose to pitch to DiMaggio, but sure.
Pretty sure that wasn't in the hitters meeting, but okay.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, he's walking the yard, Mike. Although
normally this game does not give us these kind of breaks. Right?
No. And all this with 2 outs too. Although I gotta say, the walk to DiMaggio might have been the best play. As Don Mattingly steps in. I'm
part of the yard. Wrong part of the yard.
Happy Jack has only thrown 51 pitches.
Through 6.
So he can go till like the 14th if necessary.
Till the cows come home, yeah.
Here's Sisler leading off again with his 10 bunting rating that I'm not going
in Happy Jack's day, sometimes the cows did literally come home.
That's right. That's what it was time.
In the outfield.
Time to stop playing. Mattingly moonwalks to first. Here's Brian Roberts.
It was the 80s. Mattingly moonwalked a lot.
And went all the way to the side to get some popcorn.
Right.
I loved that bit because the dad was still watching the foul ball over his shoulder. And you know when he turned around, the kid was like, John Mattingly ate some of my popcorn, Dad. Sure thing.
There was I found a clip of I sent it to Rob. I'll have to find it for you. But it was basically Don Mattingly cutting a Macho Man Randy Savage promo on the Yankees sideline dugout guy.
Okay.
I'll have to send that to you.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, Boone Powell, who scares me because he doesn't play all the time. He's got 5 homers. He's been showing some power. That's what he's known for, and we're only up 2-0. Oh.
Take that, Boog.
Oh. Hard to stop my head once it starts swaying, right? It's like, it's a lot of velocity. I had a guy post today on one of our Player of the Day threads. Only 39 days till pitchers and catchers report. And I'm like, we got games tonight, yo. I know what you're talking about. Big finish. All right. Aaron Judge. Hitting leadoff as God intended.
He's been tough to keep off the bases tonight.
Having a good day. All right, Mickey.
No, Mick, just no double plays there.
Please.
Oh, no, it won't be a double play.
No, Boone Powell's all over that.
Noted, celebrated outfielder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
Must
Outfield statue, Boone Powell catches that thing hit right at him.
Must have played out there when he was young and skinny.
Apparently. Babe Ruth. Come on, Babe.
Oh, Babe.
Tough you, Babe Ruth. Yogi Berra. Oh, that's good.
The offense getting it done.
I think he gave the same fan 2 black eyes.
Right. Well, you got to have matching set.
Right. And he probably didn't get to keep either ball because somebody near him.
Yogi for player of the day.
I think so. Yogi getting it done today. And A-Rod's like, whatever, old man. Watch this.
Watch this. He says, pulling the needle out of his ass.
Right. And muscling up a dying play on the left.
Gets done from standing on the dugout with the He-Man sword. I have the power.
I got to say, it's nice to see Jeter, again, as a Yankee fan and as an NFL fan, who saw him in 8 billion of the same commercials today.
Right.
Whew.
That Jeep commercial, yeah.
That marketing push is full strength. Right
you'd figure that they'd get him for more than one spot, but apparently not.
Because that was all they could do. And he was only in half of it. It was the Mrs. Jeter spot, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Run. Well, fine.
What you gonna do?
4-0 Yanks, top of the 8th. Jack Chesbrough's thrown 60 pitches.
He's cruising.
He's doing fine. Cruising. 2 hitters so far.
Wrong guy to hit that to.
that right. Cal gets a hold of one, but Mickey has a track. 2 down for Eddie Murray, who's angry.
Yeah.
And he's angrier
now.
Somewhere from the Yankee booth.
Oh, we gotta try and drop one for Willie. Get him on base here.
Wildman is past his. Once in a while the computer will give him too much leash. So, pardon me for a sec. We're gonna take over the Orioles just to get their bullpen rolling because it doesn't feel like Wildman should still be in there. I'll give him B.J. Ryan and Felix Bautista needs to get into a game sooner or later. Give a lefty and a righty warming up.
This game does hate its relievers.
I don't know. Maybe it knows something we don't.
Maybe, but he's gassed and he's down 4. He probably shouldn't be in there.
That's what I'm thinking. All right. So what do you want? What do you want to do with Willie?
This might be the time to drop one.
I'm good with that.
Look at those corners way back. Look at Willie being a great bunter and a fast runner.
Let's see it. Randolph ran into the bunt.
Oh man.
I don't think that probably happened once in his whole career, but
yeah.
And Carl Wildman is like, you see, old man still got it. I think we got to make an executive decision here. There's no way they're letting Wildman past his max pitch to DiMaggio.
He did walk 4 guys in a row last day.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Once in a while, we disagree with the AI, and we're gonna do it right here. So, DiMaggio being a righty, it looks like, and
not help you if we lose this, Mark Weber.
Right? I'm just trying to be fair here. So let's. If we do a mound trip, it'll tell us, yeah, Wildman appears tired.
We're going. And by the way, I do firmly believe still that we're going to lose this game.
Pitching for Baltimore, number 74, Felix Bautista.
We get out 2 or more run leads late in games, and like Mariano Rivera goes, human torch.
Yeah.
And no.
Our track record not so good.
So it's going to happen.
So we put in Bautista, and then we gave control back to the computer. So good enough. B.J. Ryan's still warming up, but ready as Joe D steps in with 1 out. I guess
nobody cheering anymore.
Donnie Baseball. Ooh, that's
spanking one out to left field.
Run, Donnie, run. Run, Balboni, you. Mattingly slides.
So we got a right-hander up for Judge here. What do we have on the bench? Because I know Judge is notoriously bad against righties in this game.
See, I did the exact wrong thing. Let's go to Baltimore's bullpen.
That's a good plan. That's what we want.
OPS versus left. We've got Gehrig, but they've both been great against lefties, Judge and Gehrig this year. So if you wanted to get a Lou Gehrig sighting here, you could, and then Maris could come in to play right field. Maris hasn't hit lefties, but not bad.
I mean, we got a right-hander on the mound.
Oh, so we want a righty. So that'd be Irizarry or Joe Gordon.
No, we have a right-hander on the mound, so we'd be looking at left-handed bats.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Lou, right?
Or just put Maris in there since he plays right field.
But Judge's numbers against lefties are better than both of theirs so far this year.
But we've got a right-hander on the mound. So why are you looking at his number against lefty?
Oh, duh. Now I'm picking up what you're putting down. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
Now that I'm understanding what you said clearly 3 times, Gehrig is the choice here.
But we could just put Maris in and not have to worry about a position switch.
I suppose that's true, but Gehrig is a much better hitter this season. Your call.
Go ahead. It's Lou Gehrig. Guess we got to play him.
I like Lou Gehrig.
I love Lou Gehrig, but
pinch hitting for New York, number 4, Lou Gehrig.
Old biscuit pants.
Biscuit pants. Oh, I'm dead wrong.
Oh, biscuit pants.
I knew we should have played Maris.
Does Lou Gehrig play the outfield?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I know he got to an All-Star game playing left field.
I'll have to check. He's not rated as a
So no, he does.
as an outfielder.
Maris is.
Maris is a pretty good fielder too. So
Yeah, absolutely.
drop him right in. All right, so here we are, 9th inning, last moment for the O's.
Last licks.
Kenny Singleton steps up.
5-run rally coming their way.
Right there is the start. Maris is set. All right, now come on, let's be serious here. Adley Rutschman is not going to hit down 4 because he hasn't hit all year. So against Jack,
that single today.
I guess that's true. But Kenny Williams is dying to hit.
Oh yeah, get him in the game.
If only to see his ugly face. Sorry, Kenny, but it's true. This guy makes Mickey Morandini look like a runway model.
Pinch hitting for Baltimore, Ken Williams.
What a hitter. Oh, and now I'll give control back to Baltimore. Run, Ken. I don't think they have anybody better than Moore. Let's see. Well, they got Nick Markakis and Cedric Mullins in limited at bats.
I don't think either of them is necessarily a better option.
Yeah. All right, Melvin, up to you. That looks like a flip throw or the Jeter jump. Either way, it's over.
The final score from Yankee Stadium, New York 4, Baltimore 0. Jack Cashflow is the winner. He is now 5-1 on the season. Carl Wilman picks up the loss. He is now 6-3 on the season. Yogi Berra hit 2 home runs. He now has 4 on the season. Time of the game, 2 hours, 21 minutes.
Ooh, 2:21.
Brisk.
And if you're new to the box score here, pitchers can sometimes have good stuff, bad stuff, depending on the day. This is as good as it gets. If you get the double plus, it means you were chef kiss.
Well, he threw how many pitches? 87 was that?
79.
79 pitch, 2-hit shutout. So yes, that's about as good as it gets.
So we finally figured this game out, apparently. We want contact hitters and no relievers.
That's that's pretty well what it's been telling us for 2.5 seasons now. Yes,
we finally got it. So now we're undefeatable as we steer the Yankees to a 2-hit shutout of the Baltimore Orioles and a 4-0 win.
We're undefeatable as long as we leave that bum Mariano Rivera in the bullpen.
That's right. Don't go to that guy.
He's a bum.
So bad. Who else is sneaky good? A-Rod had a decent game for us. 2 for 2 with a double. Yogi, of course.
Yeah, we scattered 10 hits around. Mattingly had a double in there. Judge had a couple of hits.
Judge was 2 for 3 with a walk that we pinch hit for.
He doesn't hit righties, though. We had to get Lou Gehrig in the game.
Yeah,
embarrassed us.
I like getting Lou out to wave at least. So there you go. With the Yanks,
got a consecutive game streak to think about.
I guess that's true. Yanks take series 2-1. But Baltimore's in it to win it. I think they're going to be around for the long haul. And again, with the wild cards this year, they might be a playoff team. So
with lithe left fielder Boog Powell,
right, and hot hitting rookie Brooks Robinson going to get a call up for Tuesday's game. So I'll get that fresh faced rookie. He's going to come up and Adley Rutschman's going to be like, "Welcome to the show, kid."
Right.
Okay. Or maybe Adley Rutschman's going to pass him on the, what's their I don't even remember what their AAA is now. Rochester?
I think so.
That's what I remember it as anyway.
I think so. I don't think they changed.
I mean, their farm team's really the St. Louis Browns. So, so off you go, kid. So anyway, congrats to the Yankees. That's the first game of tomorrow's schedule. We'll have the rest posted up tomorrow morning. You can check the box scores on our team-specific message boards at eternalbaseball.com. And that's it. We're in a nice and tidy. You can tell we got 2 pros rolling because we're done at 9:55. like we say.
Look, your winning percentage is better when I'm here. This is the fact.
I think
I complain about losing all the time, but I have had some success with this.
You know what? I should. We've only done 60 of these. I can figure that out pretty easy. Right. So let me go. I'll do the science. I'll do the math.
There you go.
And we'll come up with it. But yeah,
get stats and records on this one.
Right. And then there's no argument. It's just statistics. So we do appreciate it. When we go to the pen and Mike fills in. If you haven't had enough Mike Irizarry and you can't really get enough.
Oh no, it's easy to get enough.
Right. You can find him behind the wheel of the good ship. What's on Joe Mind? Tell them all about it, Mike.
Well, every Friday night at 9 Eastern, we are live. It is myself and you see Mark Weber. He is a part of our grand show, and we are there with the lovely and talented Joe Colton and my brother Rob. Sometimes, most of the time, I guess, because we're lazy and it's easier to just get a fourth host in there than try to have actual content. But every Friday at 9, we are there to talk all about the ins, outs, ups, and downs in the world of G.I. Joe. So if you're a giant dork in more than one arena, like Mark and I are, that is certainly your stop. We are pushing our 12th year in the podcast business. So please come on and join us Friday nights at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube. Or on Mondays, we have new episodes at basically the audio versions of everything, just wherever you get your podcasts.
That's it. It's a good show. Trust me. I listen to it every week.
What's on Joe Mind?
There we go. So for Mike, for Brent, who is on assignment, I'm Mark. Thanks for joining us. And we will see you, let me time this right, next week on another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.